Last week, the gospel was about what? What are we doing when our hands are folded like that? Praying, yes. And last week, we learned from the gospel of the widow who kept going to the judge every day, and asking him to hear her case. Jesus was teaching us that we should keep asking God for what we want, and not give up doing that, so that we should keep praying, So that was the message last week. And this message is also about praying, but it has to do with how we do it. Now tell me this, if you are at home and you want something to drink and you keep saying to your mom and dad, give me something to drink, give me something to drink, give me something to drink, what's going to happen? You're not going to get it, right? Very good. And I think that's what Jesus is trying to tell us today, that it's not only to ask, but it's important how we ask. And he uses the example of a Pharisee, and a Pharisee is someone who strictly followed all the religious laws. And we hear that man saying, look at me, God, I've obeyed all the laws, I fast, I do everything right. He's doing what? Patting himself on the back, and saying, you better be impressed with me, God, I'm so good, and give me what I want. But the tax collector who works for the Romans against the Jewish people, so he's not that good a man, does what? He keeps his head, what? Down. And he knows he doesn't really deserve what God gives him, but because he's humble, God hears him, And that's what the lesson is for us. How should we ask, If you want a drink from mom or dad, you say, Mom or Dad, may I please have a drink, right? And if you ask that way, what happens? You get one, So how are we going to ask God for what we need? Lord, if you, in your love, would be so kind, can you help me with this, Is that humble? Yes, it is. So remember, it's important to keep asking in prayer, but it's important to have a humble heart and to ask politely. Okay? Great. Good lesson. Back to your places. And since we're all God's children, it applies to all of us here as well.